And everybody, day 2 of Into the Mystic 8-Day Challenge. So, thank you everybody for answering the question about what are your top 3. Keep giving feedback. Look, not all of them are on there. These are all the ones that begin with clear. And if you haven't had an opportunity to watch what I did on the warm-up, where I went over each of the characteristics, and what I want you to understand is why, like, of all the challenges that I do, feeling good, people dance, they participate full out, but we're a group of mystics, and I'm asking you to be bold and to really express yourself. Like, if in any group on Facebook, this is the group that you don't have to hide in. You don't have to hide. I mean, you could be doing mystical things in the secrecy of your own house, and you surround it with fear as if you're different, as if you're going to be made fun of. So what this challenge is here to do is to bring your awareness and your ability to be bold, right? Because what I've found over the evolution of me, and all the problems I've ever had in my life came from the fact that I was not trusting my mystical gifts. I was trying to be a muggle. And in trying to be a muggle, I disconnect. So you have to understand, I say in this poem that the ability to shine is within everyone. But how people shine, they shine differently. So your specific shining is that you understand the unseen world. When we talk about mystic, we're talking about interacting with the unseen world. We're talking about people who are stuck in problems. We can see they're not stuck in problems, they're stuck in their emotions. So you have to understand the difference between bragging about being a mystic, which I want you to do in this group in a humble way, right? Because not claiming your gifts is what keeps the problems around your gift. Do you understand that? Can you see that? It's like when you have the ability to walk, but you're still crawling. Because there is something uncomfortable in the way. There's something uncomfortable in the way. So let's talk about what might be the uncomfortable in the way of you totally claiming your majestic, mystical talents. One big one, and they kind of go hand in hand, there too, is being made fun of, being wrong, because not every time I thought I knew something in my claircognizance, especially when it came to people, what occurs is then doubt goes in, right? And then being made wrong, or saying, see, you're wrong, that's not it. Like, my attachment to wanting other people to acknowledge that I am mystical, that I am magical, was one of my biggest, because I'd be made fun of if it wasn't right. And then what happened every time I was right, no one wanted to tell anybody where they got the magic from. So it was like it was a double-edged sword, me still wanting to hide. All of that goes back to me and my origin story, right? Remember my origin story. So in this challenge, one thing I want to make clear, you don't have to do a live on here. If you do a live on here reading this aloud, that adds energy to the group. That helps amp up the magic for everyone, including yourself. You will have deeper insights. However, to participate in this challenge, you could be doing all of this, reading it aloud to yourself, not on here. It is important to not only dance, But you must read this aloud, because just reading it with your eyes and not letting it go through your throat chakra does not help you. Okay? It does not help you. And that's what this whole challenge is about. It's about you employing in 2022 your mystical gifts. Okay? Now, I'm going to read it aloud. And you will start noticing over the week that I will get bolder and bolder and bolder and say things that are just like right here for me to say, because I'm empathing for the group. I am claircognizant in the fact that I am certain that there are at least 8 to 17 people in this group right now that are to be totally manifesting like house of fire. And you're not. And you're sitting back, and there's things in your life that you want to change so bad that you're feeling very, very desperate. You're feeling very, very at the end of your rope. And I'm trying to tell you, this is the rope. The reason you're suffering is because you are denying your mystical gifts. So it might sound crazy, but the discomfort of not being yourself is going to outweigh this uncomfortable being made fun of or losing people. Yeah, those two are connected. Because your attachment to people, my attachment to people, has always been one of my biggest issues and my downfall. Me wanting to have friends. When I talk about all of the problems in my life, whenever I go back to the origin story of the problem, it's because I always felt like a lonely girl who always wanted friends, okay? And if I think you're my friend, there isn't anything I won't give you. In fact, yeah, it's just like I have no discernment in that area. I didn't have any discernment. So what I'm wanting you to understand is that the attachment to being loved, appreciated by other people is also part of a mystic, because in our lineage, usually we sat in the center and people came to us and we felt love for the people, and that is what I feel. When I practice, when I'm working with someone, I literally fall in love with someone. And so when their issue is gone, they go. And it's lonely. Like when they leave, I still love that person. And I want them to forget me. I really do. I mean, because if they came to me for a problem, I don't want them, like you can love your doctor, but you don't want to always see your doctor. You know what I mean? And so I have struggled with that in my life. And so I am very isolated most of the time, because I don't know why. Because it's almost like if there's a friend, then the only way I have learned how to connect is through helping them with their problems. And I don't want friends just to help with problems. I want friends to do art with. I want friends to create a business with. I want friends to pray with. I mean, but in a way that where we don't see what's wrong in the world, and we begin to really harmonize with heaven here on earth. And I believe in that network. And so I think as a mystic, what I'm evolving to understand, and I'm very grateful for this technology, is that what I am craving, bottom line, is the ability to be loving all the time without a reason. And that perhaps I've been waiting for people to have a problem in order to shower love on people, right? Maybe I had to learn how to shower love on myself. That's really what the last 10 years has been about for me. We're doing this 10-year challenge. 10 years ago was 2011. And in 2010, it's when I began to dismantle the life I had. totally dismantle it, totally undo my reputation, my routine. I decided to go into the mystic full on. And with that, I lost a business, a house, cars, family. I lost a lot. And everything I lost was not who I was. All those connections, the way I had connected in the web of life to the things, to my job, to my career, it was all very much ego driven. It was led by my Holy Spirit at the time, but when I got a message 7 years before all of this occurred that I was to let go right then and let it flourish, and I would flourish going on the road, and I was too afraid. I wouldn't let go of the financial security that I had with the first 2 companies that I built. From my clear cognizance, so getting out of my own fear-based belief is what the last 10 years has been about. I also lost a tremendous amount of weight in that time. I lost my father in that time. I lost a connection with my brothers at that time. I don't have any sisters, only have brothers. And any connection to the businesses that I started, which are still flourishing today, but not because of me. I founded them, and I had them for 20 some odd years, and they are still around. But then I have felt banished. I banished myself into the desert. And in it, I found my soulmate. There's a lot of good that has come from this. And so my intention for myself, and I want to hear what your intention is for yourself, even if you don't read this aloud, if you type it, because your expression, your consolidation of understanding why you were born and why you were designed with these gifts. What could be their higher purpose? And are you willing, before you take your last breath in this lifetime, are you willing to share them with the world? So, that being said, Yolanda and I will be doing a live sometime today. She was booked solid yesterday. And so we felt Sunday would be a good day for us to get on and have a topic. So if there's anything in particular you want to know, let me know. Let us know. We'll talk about it. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So today, be liberated from your own fear of your power. I call down my mighty I Am presence into this creation now. Say it aloud with me, and we're going to put powerful I Am presence. I call down my powerful I Am presence into this creation now. I reclaim all of my power, all of my love, all of my connectedness to magic. I call it to me now, in love, for the benefit of all. Now, your turn.